Okay, everybody, welcome to this weekly resource for you. This goes right along with our week one presentation for Education for Better Work. And we are going to talk a little bit about the paths to self-reliance. So in the first week's presentation, we talk about the different options we have as a result of pursuing an education. And those options are to get a better job, get a promotion or a raise at work, work for ourselves, such as serving others through providing services or selling products, and starting a business. And so those options actually constitute the three paths to self-reliance. The first being to change your current job situation by taking on a new role or getting a better job, staying employed, but increasing your income, which is actually a lot harder than just getting another job. Unfortunately, we'll talk a little bit about some of the reasons it's so hard to just get a promotion or a raise at your current place of employment. Next, you could work for yourself as a self-employed person. And you can also do that simultaneously working as an employee. You can work at your job and then do your own thing when you get off work or before you go to work. Again, these are not two-dimensional paths. It's not either or. You have many options inlaid in these paths to self-reliance. Now, starting a business is the most advanced option. You can leverage your education and skills to hire and manage other people. You can show them how to do it because you have done it yourself. But this requires more dynamic skill sets, which include leadership and emotional intelligence. And it's very difficult. The Grounded Leader Academy focuses on educating people on business management and leadership skills, so you can run a business if that is your goal. What I would suggest is starting by first developing the technical skills, getting really good at doing that, and then considering if you actually want to be the owner of a business that offers that solution to its customers. Because there's so much more to it after you start a business. Your job will change. You're no longer a skilled worker. You are a marketer, you are a business owner, and you're going to be putting out fires all day. You're going to be going above and beyond what you thought it involved. You know, if you truly love your craft, then you may not want to get into a business that offers that as a solution or service to a customer. You may want to develop more advanced skills and performance at that skill. And that way you can charge or demand higher premium wages for the work that you do, or simply work for yourself on a contract basis. These are, again, just options. Now, there's a fourth path, a hidden path that actually runs along these paths like an expressway, and that is being an investor. But we're not talking about investing money like in the stock market where you put in money and get a return on your investment by receiving more money. This is the investment of your time and money as you gain an education and can leverage your skills to earn more money, just like we just spoke about, becoming a master of your craft, if you will. You can take an accelerated path, right? That's what an education is. It is the acquisition of skills, okay? And actually becoming able to provide value with those skills, matching your skills to a customer's needs or an employer's needs, okay? Now, you're developing your career, gaining more skills, you're getting ahead. We've all heard this, but this is what it looks like. You focus on your education and you are investing your time and money into a greater opportunity in the future. Also, by taking a path into the self-employed domain, you can learn a lot from your job and vice versa. So, for example, learning something at a job that may pay you decently, but also learning from that opportunity to start working as an independent contractor. So, as a self-employed person or someone who wants to be self-employed, you can learn a lot by, as I said, working for someone else at a job, but focus on learning rather than earning. You can learn sales by getting a sales job that doesn't necessarily pay you a lot. Maybe the commission or the compensation plan is not very competitive, but you're learning a lot by interacting with prospective clients, learning the words that work. I had the opportunity to do that in my first job, which absolutely was an incredible investment of my time. I didn't know it at the time, but I learned so much in that opportunity. We really, as young people, we get a job, we think that we're just earning a little bit of pocket change or something like that. And I know it's different for different parts of the world, but those first jobs, if you take the chance to learn from the business owner or the upper management in those jobs, then you can really accelerate your career and education through learning from someone who has actually done it and gotten to a pretty high level at doing it. Nevertheless, the reason that I said earlier that it's so hard to get promoted or a raise at your current job is because you normally enter a job with this kind of mentality. I want a job. I want to learn. I'll do anything. Just let me learn the job and I'll do it very well. And hopefully they will see my effort and pay me more for my improved performance. But unfortunately, it just doesn't usually happen like this. People don't appreciate their employees as they should. That is why I started the Grounded Leader Academy and the Grounded Leader podcast, so that I can train managers how to do the right thing for their teams. But until everyone in the world takes my leadership development program, we have to take care of ourselves and become self-reliant rather than relying on other people. In preparation for next week's class presentation and the homework that I'll assign next week, your homework is to fill out this table. And we have the paths to self-reliance here: the employed path, the self-employed path, a business owner, and investor. But instead, in that employee quadrant and that employee square, you're going to list your current skills, your current experience, and the training you have now. Think of that as what you have obtained, the education that you've obtained from an employed position, a job, an internship, or volunteer work, anything. Okay. The self-employed quadrant, that's the value you provide or you can provide based on your current skills and your experience and the training that you have. I usually tell people, think about what people ask you for help about. So, for example, if they ask you for help, doing something technical, or if someone asks you for help or advice on something, think about that. And you may have to dig a little bit deep. If you don't have a lot of job experience, then think about the value that you want to be able to provide for a future client or employer. Then in the business owner quadrant, list the leadership skills that you possess right now. And then finally, in the investor or the education quadrant, start drafting your education plan. It also lists any degrees or certifications that you currently have, but also the ones that you are pursuing, and start building that out. We're going to focus primarily on that quadrant in next week's assignment. So take time to really fill out this template, which you actually will have access to a template. You don't have to create this yourself. You will have access to a template, and you'll be able to just fill this out, and then you will submit it back to me as completion of this assignment. So that concludes this training module. I hope you are enjoying this class as we've kicked it off this week. If you have any questions, any concerns, reach out to me or those that I have associated this class with. So thank you again, and I'll see you soon.